Hi, I'm Brian Hodson, VP of Sales and Marketing at Oz Development, and I'm here to talk to you about our Acumatica extensions in the warehouse, extending Acumatica to the warehouse floor to improve your operational performance. Let me tell you about the company, Oz Development. We've been around over 12 years, and we've built up a customer base of over 10,000 customers. We serve primarily the manufacturing, wholesale distribution, and e-commerce sectors, and mid-market companies from $1 million in revenue to $100 million in revenue. We have some really amazing companies. The thing I love about the mid-market is you continually come across companies that you perhaps never heard of, and they have very entrepreneurial business models, exciting businesses, high-growth businesses in new areas. A couple of examples are Julian Bakery. They're in La Jolla, California, and they do low-carb, vegan-type products. They have a bakery, and they opened up an e-commerce channel, and now they're selling those products all across the country. Another example is 3D Image 3D. They do the viewers. You can send your pictures in and have them produced into a 3D viewer, and they send those back, again, opening up an e-commerce channel and expanding nationally across the country. Just building out a nice little niche market and growing. It's really, really exciting to work with these customers. So what does Ozlink do? Ozlink extends Acumatica in three fundamental areas: e-commerce, warehouse, and shipping. We provide integration to external e-commerce applications, so pulling orders in from things like Magento, Volusion, Channel Advisor, Amazon, into Acumatica, pushing item master details out, things like pricing, inventory quantities. We also provide extensions in the warehouse, like barcode scanning solutions. And then in shipping, we have advanced shipping with carriers like FedEx, UPS, USPS. In addition to that, we provide additional capabilities to Acumatica in these areas. We call them edge applications, and they complement Acumatica to really streamline and automate these processes for our customers. Let me drill in a bit more on some of these edge applications. At our core, Ozlink is an integration platform really designed to integrate the applications in the order management process, really targeted around the core ERP, in Acumatica in this case. In e-commerce, being able to, as orders are coming in, doing things like looking at address validation. Before putting that order into Acumatica, is it a valid address? Catching that up front before it becomes an issue downstream in the fulfillment process. Another example might be order screening. We have a customer that noticed all the international orders. They were getting a number of international orders over $1,000 that turned out to be fraudulent. So being able to flag that as those are entered into the ERP, into Acumatica, flag those made pending approval, other orders could flow automatically in to the warehouse and get fulfilled. In the warehouse, things like barcode scanning, master picking with a combination pack slip and UPS label or FedEx shipping label. And I'll get into more details on that. And then shipping, being able to ship across a number of carriers, do advanced business rules, and those sort of things. And then the platform integrates to a number of different applications, e-commerce and ERP systems, and has a number of utilities to really be able to speed and deliver those solutions to customers very effectively. Let's drill down a bit. So in terms of the e-commerce integration, we have a set of edge applications that work with, as you're pulling orders in from an external application, something like Channel Advisor, into Acumatica. There may be some business rules that you may want to apply. I've talked to a couple of them already. Address validation, we call order screening. Other options are maybe there's multiple locations. We have customers who have maybe an East Coast and a West Coast warehouse, and they get an order in. They want to know, based on time in transit with that carrier and where the inventory quantity is, where should they fulfill that order? So as that order gets put into Acumatica, designating that location, that warehouse to get fulfilled from, optimizing the inventory quantity and the time in transit and the shipping cost. And again, that can be a huge cost saver and an improvement for customer service in terms of on-time delivery. The next, within the warehouse, we have a barcode scanning solution. And this extends Acumatica's core transactions right to the warehouse floor on a rugged mobile device. So things like PO receiving, sales order picking. Maybe you're receiving items and they need to have barcode labels printed. Or we were working with one customer where they needed to produce a label at pick time which had customer information on it, had prescription information, those sort of things. So printing labels at pick time. Those are the scenarios that we support with our Ozlink mobile for Acumatica, and it uses native transactions, so real-time updates, pulling the orders from Acumatica, getting that work done on the warehouse floor, updating Acumatica real-time. Let's take a look at that solution now.
Welcome to the sales order picking demonstration for Acumatica. Today we'll use Auslink Mobile to pick a sales order from my Acumatica ERP system. I'm going to use a Motorola scanner device here. On the screen, I can select the function that I would like to perform. In this case, it's pick a sales order. Now I can type or scan in my sales order number that I would like to pick. Auslink will retrieve from Acumatica the sales order details and create a walking path for me to direct me through the warehouse. Now I can scan my first inventory item. If I scan the correct item, I can move on and scan the bin or location that I'm taking that item from, in this case A01. Move on to the quantity field. Here I can enter my quantity of that particular item. Auslink will then send me to the next bin based on the next item that I need to pick. As you can see here, if I scan the incorrect item, Auslink's going to stop and present me with an error or warning message. Click OK. Go back and I can now scan the correct item and again scan the bin for my item. If I make a mistake similar to what we saw on the picking of the item itself, it's letting me know that this is the incorrect bin. I click OK. I can scan the correct bin and now move on to my quantity field, in this case a quantity of 1. Once I've scanned my last item, Auslink will automatically update Acumatica. If I'm picking a partial order, I can click the Finish button on the mobile device. Now let's go take a look at the results of that pick inside Acumatica. Now let's take a look at that sales order that we just picked from the mobile device. Here we can see the status of this order is now shipping, and we can drill down and look at the details under the Shipments tab. This will show me not only the items that were picked, their quantities, and the locations that they were picked from. Thank you for taking the time to view this demonstration.
And finally, Auslink provides advanced shipping. So we really view shipping in 3 different dimensions. One is being able to automate complex business rules. And that essentially is looking at the attributes of that order. It could be the consignee, the order value, and making sure that it's automated and the right carrier, the right service, and the right options are picked. So examples include, I'm shipping wine, and we worked with a customer in Texas. The state law required that it had to be an adult signature for any alcoholic beverages delivered to the home. So being able to automate that, turn that on automatically based on that order. Other examples might be, it's a high dollar. I'm a jewelry e-commerce provider. I sell jewelry. High dollar items I want to turn insurance on. Or maybe for certain addresses, I'm going to use a different, for residential, I'm going to use, let's say, UPS SurePost, other than UPS Ground. All those business rules completely automated with Auslink. The second area is we leverage the carrier software. So things like UPS WorldShip, FedEx Ship Manager, the warehouse staff is comfortable with that piece, those tools. And also they provide the broadest set of services from a carrier perspective. So supporting USPS, FedEx, USPS, Purolator, regional carriers like OnTrack. We can support a broad set of carriers and their services. And then finally, producing documents that might have to go with that shipment. So automating that process. Customers may have a number of sales channels they're selling. They have their own e-commerce site. We have customers with multiple e-commerce stores with different brands, and each one of those requires maybe a different branded pack slip. or they're shipping on behalf of a large retailer like a Sears or JCPenney. And at ship time, they want to put that pack slip with that customer branded pack slip in that package. Leaving that decision as a manual process to that person at the ship station is prone to error. So automating that process and ensuring that they can, they're focused really on getting those shipments out the door error-free. It also helps at peak times. So when companies are peaking at the end of the season, they're bringing in temporary staff, they can simply add people to that ship station and continue to support that volume growth without any errors. It's really trying to take any decisions out of that role, really focusing them on getting those packages out the door for the customers. Now let's take a look at the Auslink shipping solution.
Welcome to the Auslink Shipping for Acumatica demonstration. Today we'll show you how to seamlessly ship with UPS, FedEx, and the United States Postal Service from your Acumatica ERP system. There's two ways to begin a shipment. One is by looking at the order in Acumatica, like we can see on the screen here, and clicking the button in my Auslink toolbar at the top of the screen, or I can type in my Acumatica order number into the Auslink toolbar. In this instance, I'm going to go ahead and click the toolbar button. Auslink will automatically populate UPS WorldShip with all of the shipment details from my Acumatica sales order. That includes the company name, ship to address, email, service level. Now, once I'm in UPS WorldShip, I can put my package on the scale, or I can enter my shipment weight and select Process Shipment to print out my UPS label. Now I can look and see the shipment details attached to my sales order. First, I'll click on the Shipments tab. Here I can see the shipment, and if I like, I can drill in on the Packages tab and see my carrier tracking information. And here I can see my carrier tracking number, number of packages, and package weight. Thank you for spending the time to view the Auslink Shipping for Acumatica demonstration.
So to summarize, Auslink extends Acumatica order management in terms of e-commerce, warehouse, and shipping, providing really end-to-end visibility, much better inventory control, and operational performance improvements. And finally, it leverages Acumatica as the core system of record. There's no separate databases, it's real-time updates, so everything happens all around Acumatica.